Pure Power Events was started by myself, Tommi Hanley, and my colleague and good friend Kathy Reed. We started in the spring of 2013 with the intent of bringing some phenomenal, life-empowering, life-changing experiences to the people who come to our events. We really believe that everyone is looking to grow, to thrive, to not just survive in this sometimes crazy, non-stop, chaotic world that a lot of us are living in. We are dedicated to showing people how they can stop, take a breath, center themselves, clear their minds, eliminate some of the crazy, chaotic stuff that goes on around us every day, and recognize that leading a peaceful, joyous life is a reality, that it can be done. And many of our events, speakers, our workshops are dedicated to showing people how to further their wellness in terms of their body, their mind, and their spirit. Knowing that we're tri-beings, often people are quite wrapped up with the material world, our work, making money, thinking that money and success on that level is going to make us happy. And many of us find that we go day after day after day and change jobs and make more money and buy more stuff, but we're still somehow not feeling fulfilled. So this is a place where you can come and fill yourself up with your own spirit, your own power that actually resides within you. We're often looking far beyond where we need to look in order to feel happy. Joy and just a sense of community. People may be looking for solutions and they don't know where to look. They know that they're stressed out. They know that they're arguing a lot with their spouse or their colleagues at work, or they're feeling angry, or they're swearing at the traffic. They're doing those crazy things that a lot of us find ourselves doing, and yet it's not truly who we are. And somewhere in the back of our minds, we often know that, but where do we go to find solution to that? Einstein said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So I could certainly say that for many, many times in my life, I definitely would qualify on the insanity level, repeating many behaviors, behavioral patterns, thinking patterns, reactions to things. Maybe I learned them from my family, maybe I learned them at school, maybe I learned them from the people that I've hung out with, my friends and my family over the years. However, when we're finding that we're not happy with the results, we have to find a way in which to change our patterns of behavior. So Pure Power events help people do that. And they give them solutions. They give them really simple methods for changing the way in which they're thinking and behaving. Because we can spend our whole lives trying to change other people. We can try and change our spouse, and we can try and change our kids, and we can try and change the way our boss sees the world. But as most of us know over time, or we learn over time, that it just doesn't work. So what we do learn at Pure Power is that by changing our own behaviors and some of our own beliefs, and even digging back as far as the subconscious beliefs that perhaps many of us have had for years without even knowing, this is where real change can be achieved. And we have to dig that deeply within us in order to bring out the phenomenal joy, happiness, capability, and joie de vivre that we all crave in our lives. So we celebrate with music, and we celebrate with art and wonderful healthy food, and looking at what we're putting into our bodies, what we're putting into our minds, what we're doing to address the spiritual side of ourselves. Not a religious side to ourselves, but a spiritual side. we are more than our bodies, and I think many of us spend most of our days just scurrying about and looking at ourselves in a mirror and looking at our bodies and looking at our clothes and, you know, looking maybe at the French fries we're eating and thinking that, you know, all about the body, but that's not what it's all about. When we address our spiritual side, a lot of the mental and physical things start to take care of themselves when we actually feed the spiritual. And there's a lot of people who aren't doing anything on that front in this crazy, busy, chaotic world in which we live. So again, this is what Kathy and I are very passionate about bringing to attendees at our events. We think that the time is now for this type of thing, that people are craving change and they're craving a different way of living. And there are many resources out there available to people, and we're excited to bring such phenomenal people who are very dedicated to wellness for all. And it's just such a fantastic experience to come to a Pure Power event. You know, there's this energetic feeling in the venues that we pick to gather, in the menu that we get to enjoy with a meal, with the experiences of our speakers and workshop providers. And you know, I just know the first day that we held our first Pure Power event, from almost the minute the first person walked in the door. I've been organizing events for 10, 12 years, and I think our first event, you know, it wasn't a huge event in terms of numbers, but it was probably one of the most satisfying things that I had ever helped to deliver, because Kathy and I knew that people were feeling transformed and empowered and stepping into their own power by showing up, by making the investment in themselves, you know, to invest a day in yourself, to come out and to walk away with some tools for living that really help in day-to-day experiences with, again, it could be family members or kids, or even with ourselves. You know, being able to look in the mirror and say, you know, you're fantastic, I love you. Now, I can remember a day when someone would say, you've come a long way, you really feel self-love when you can look in a mirror and say, Tommy, you're fantastic, I love you. And, you know, when I first heard that, I wasn't certain that I would ever be able to do that type of thing. And this is where Pure Power is helping people to really feel good about themselves. Feel good about themselves and know that they are far more powerful than they think.